Got me falling right back.
Hello guys, I'm here to tell you about the adventure of what is my life right now. As you guys know, I have done a couple of videos. I hope you've been following. I hope you continue to follow because I plan on doing more. Got lots of stories to tell, lots of epic fails of fatherhood, parenthood to talk about. Today though, I want to talk to you about my fantastic Monday. My wife last night, she had asked me, well, I don't want to say asked me, she told me that two of my daughters had doctor's appointments this morning. They both had physicals, so, you know, for the back to school period of time. And I didn't question her because if you followed my other videos, my wife right now, she's about a week away from giving birth to our 7th daughter. She has a scheduled C-section on within, I guess, 7-8 days from now, which is I'm terrified about. I don't care how many kids you have. Another one coming is terrifying. It's everything is different. I remember when my first daughter was born, my 14-year-old, you know, the doctor told us lay her on her stomach so that if she spits up she doesn't choke. And then by the time I had my 3rd or 4th child, they're saying put her on her back so she doesn't smother. And by the time we had the last one, it was don't put anything in the crib, not even bumpers or a stuffed animal. And I was like, okay. I was like, how did we survive this long? The rules change so often, it's hard to keep track. So I'm pretty curious to see what the rules are now. We'll see if they changed. Do we hang the baby by their toes and have them sleep that way like a bat for safety? But anyway, I also had a doctor's appointment today, same clinic, but later on in the day. So I got my 4-year-old who my wife asked me, well, can you drop her off at daycare? And I'm like, sure, I'll do that. It's on the way to the doctor's office. So my 4-year-old thought that the other two were staying home and we were going to do something fun and epic, when I was like, no, we're not. Because I was planning on taking these children to their doctor's appointment, dropping them off after their camp when they were done, and then I was going to go to work. I had some stuff I needed to do in my office. But here's what happened. Took them for their appointment. I was late for my first daughter's appointment today because my 4-year-old hid one of her shoes because she figured that if she doesn't have her shoe, we can't leave. If we can't leave, she can't go to school. Clever for 4 years old. Do you see how these children are thinking nowadays? I don't know where they get it from. So anyway, I take them to the doctor's appointment. The doctor sees my 7-year-old, and she's healthy for the most part. However, my 7-year-old was complaining about an irritation on her gum, and the doctor looked and said, oh, you know what, you might want to have the dentist look at this. All right, so I'm like, okay, fine. The dentist's office is within the same building. So I take her over to the dentist. They got time to see her this morning. So they look at her and they tell me that there's some rare thing that's happening with her baby teeth that is damaged the root of her teeth, and it was causing a slight infection, which was that was what was the irritation on the gum. So the doctor turns around and tells me, and you could tell the guy has no kids, and he was really worried, and he's trying to whisper to me over the table where my daughter is that she's got to get her teeth pulled. And I'm like, what? Why is she getting her teeth pulled? And I'm freaking out. And I'm like, so they do the x-rays and everything like that, and he shows me the x-ray of the teeth. He shows, oh my gosh, do you ever see an x-ray of a kid's mouth, like with the teeth that are like up just waiting to come down? It's something like alien, I swear to God. If you haven't seen an x-ray of a child's mouth and can see the other set of teeth just waiting to come down, you gotta Google it. If I was better at editing right now, I'd throw a picture in here and show you guys. But anyway, so I look at it and I'm like, oh, okay, well, you know, if they pull those teeth, the other teeth are going to come down. He's like, but no, they're about a year away from coming down, so we're going to have to pull these teeth and then put spacers in there. And I'm like, whoa. I was like, that's a lot, you know, for a child. And then I was expecting, well, maybe they'll do it next week or something like that. And the guy goes, no, we can do it this morning. We got openings. And so again, my 7-year-old's laying there on the bed. My 4-year-old's at the end of the chair with my 8-year-old. And now my 7-year-old seems pretty calm. Like she's ready to just, you know, kind of go with it. and let's do this. She doesn't know what to really expect. They put the gel in her mouth to slightly numb her. So now the guy pulls out the needle, and I swear to God, that needle, the freaking thing was about that long. And I mean, I know the whole thing's not going into your mouth, but still, it's pretty intimidating. My 7-year-old really doesn't see this. However, at the end of the chair, my 4-year-old and 8-year-old almost simultaneously, like synchronized swimming, both mouths drop just like at the same time. So now that raises some concern with my 7-year-old, who is now kind of freaking out. So I'm holding her hand, trying to get her set. He eventually gets the needle in there and gets everything numb. Now, at this moment, my 4-year-old's got to use the bathroom. All right, so the bathroom is right next to where the room is. So I take her to the bathroom. I go in with her at first, make sure she's all set and is okay. Then I step out of the room. She's in there for about a good 5 to 7 minutes, and I'm just waiting. I'm like, oh gosh, I know what she's doing in there. She's, she's doing her business. So all of a sudden, she pops out of the door and she's like, Daddy, you gotta see this. And she grabs my hand and starts trying to pull me into the bathroom. She goes, my poop is so big, Daddy, my poop is so big. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm looking around because there's patients that are in rooms, and this bathroom's kind of in the middle of a series of rooms, and there's staff everywhere, and they're just like looking around. Now, when you hear a kid showing the size of their poop to people, you figure like, they're getting it from somewhere. So people are looking at me like I'm showing people the size of my poop. I mean, I'm not going to show people. I mean, all of us have something impressive at some point, but we don't exactly show everybody. So anyway, we get past that, and I go in there and take care of yourself, wash your hands, and come out. So when she comes out of the bathroom, my 7-year-old's mouth is numb. He hasn't pulled a tooth yet, but she looks at my 4-year-old and he goes, why are you always embarrassing my life? To my 4-year-old. And my 4-year-old is just, whatever, Lily, whatever. And my 7-year-old is almost in tears because she's embarrassed now that her sister has told everybody that she had a very, very large bowel movement. So that's just adding the more insult to injury in regard to the morning. Now, we finally get done in the doctor's office, and we're getting ready to leave. And while we're getting ready to leave, and I'm getting ready to reschedule for my 8-year-old because we missed her appointment, the doctors call us back now. Apparently there's a immunization that needed to be done. So now here's this little girl. She just had her physical. She just had 2 teeth pulled. Her sister just embarrassed her with a huge bowel movement that she told everybody about. And now I've got to call her back when she feels like she's free and in the clear to get a shot. This girl, I could not believe how much she went through today. And I turned around and I felt really bad for her, and I told her that she might have to stay home tomorrow, and that, Daddy would stay with her, and the Tooth Fairy would probably come tonight and, bring her the Tooth Fairy money, and I might take her to the mall. So I'm trying to get her to keep quiet, because my kids, when they know I'm going somewhere, they like pop their heads up like lemurs. I try to tiptoe and sneak out of the house just to get a haircut at times because they know Daddy's going. And you know what? They want to come with me because they know I'm soft. Okay? They know that if Daddy's going, that they're going to give me the eyes, they're going to give me the sweet smile, and they're going to ask me for stuff. And you know what? They know Daddy is going to get it. My wife has already banned me from many stores and being able to bring my daughters with me to many stores because of this. She doesn't realize that it's not my fault. It's the kids' fault. So I'm the one that gets banned from it, but I'm the innocent bystander. I'm not the one that's guilty here. It's the kids. It's their fault. Because if they stopped being cute and they just didn't want to go with me or just didn't ask for stuff, everything would be fine. So if you look at it as a whole, you really got to look at whose fault it is. It's not mine. I shouldn't be banned. So in a nutshell, I'm just going to share with you that was my Monday. And it might sound like a lot, but there's many days like that. Now, don't forget, I had my appointment hours later this afternoon, and I had to take all of them with me back to the doctor. They were done with the doctor's office, let's just put it that way. And it wasn't unsuccessful, because my kids are not poorly behaved, especially in public. They know that I really don't like if they misbehave in public. I asked them very nicely, when we're in public, that's where you have to represent yourself and your family, and you have to behave, and they're pretty good about it. So it was just, you can tell they were aggravated, they were tired, they were starting to be snappy and with each other, and a lot of cat fighting going on, and kind of under the, whispering, trying to irritate each other. Then after that, on the way home, I had to stop at the grocery store, because I had to now buy food that my 7-year-old could eat, where she wouldn't, hurt herself with having the teeth pulled. So that was my day, guys. I'm home now, and I plan on trying to rest. I've got them fed already. My wife should be home anytime now. She's still working. I don't know why. If I was her, well, for one, you guys know that men can't handle having a freaking cold. So you put a baby in my stomach, I'm gonna be on bed rest after week 3. Okay, 3 weeks after I find out I'm pregnant, I'm going to be on bed rest. No questions asked, because that is men. We just can't. I watch what happens to my wife's stomach, like when we're laying down at night, and that baby is doing freaking flips. She's trying out for like the 2020 Olympics already. Okay, I couldn't do that. I would never sleep. Okay, if something was moving in me, I'm getting an exorcism. Okay, that is crazy. What I see every night is crazy. All right, and I know it's killing her, because she's just like, all of a sudden jumps out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh, what are you doing? It's like, it's like jump scare city for her. Jesus, I can't imagine. You women, God bless you. God bless you. Because like I said, men, we can get a cold, and we're like halfway in death, like signing our last will and testament just in case. Women, you guys, man, I give you guys all the credit in the world. Power to you. You guys are, I don't want to say beasts, because you might get some hate mail for that. But you guys are awesome. Very, very tough. Thank you for carrying babies for us. Well, with that being said, I'm going to end the video here. Guys, please subscribe. Please like. I will be sharing more videos like this. I enjoy sharing videos like this. I'm also going to be sharing some videos on some other topics as well. Some more vlogs, more educational. Outside of this, in my career, I have a background working with victims of domestic violence, sexual abuse, and stuff like that, social, emotional issues. And I plan on doing a series of videos that highlight those things as we move forward. So please subscribe, and please like. I do have some more family videos on this page. I also have some gaming videos that I do, hobbies. I do as a hobby. I got to find something to do in this house. As it stands, I have a corner of the attic where this background right here, this stuff, this is the only space I have. And believe me, if you really saw the size of this, and I'll kind of show you. Here's some bookshelves where I have stuff, and then right where that rack ends, right there, that's where my room ends, and then the rest of that's where refinished attic that I did. So yeah, that's my space in the house. And so in my quote-unquote free time, I like to do videos. I like to game here and there, and I've been starting this. I started this channel a little while ago, maybe a few weeks ago, and doing pretty good with subscribers and views on some of the videos. But I really would like to develop a following. So if you could like and subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. And in return, I promise to put out regular videos on a regular basis, and regular entertaining videos. So with that being said, I'm gonna take off right now. Wish you guys the best. Goodbye.
Easy go.